In 2021, a teammate told the world that MacKinnon tried to ban carbs from the entire team. He replaced pasta with chickpea pasta, threw out the desserts, and told grown millionaires what they could eat. The internet roasted him for it, but MacKinnon just shrugged and said he was a regular guy. That obsession with every calorie is only the surface. From walking on a treadmill all summer at 15, to outrunning Sidney Crosby at a secret camp. This is how MacKinnon built a body that breaks every rule. So, here's the thing about that carb ban story. It wasn't just a one-time rant. Former Avalanche defenseman Nikita Zadorov said MacKinnon got rid of all the pop, ice cream, and desserts in the dressing room. But MacKinnon saw this coming. Back in 2011, when he was just a 15-year-old kid in Nova Scotia, he made a school project video about nutrition that Hockey Night in Canada actually aired.
A thing called complex carbohydrates comes from healthy foods such as spaghetti, potatoes, lasagna, cereals, and
You could still find it on YouTube, and he's wearing a cutoff t-shirt talking about macronutrients like he's giving a TED Talk. That came from his dad, who ran marathons and was a total workout addict. So, MacKinnon learned early that what you put in your body matters. The real transformation happened around 2017, when MacKinnon went gluten-free and dairy-free. He didn't do it because he had an allergy, he just wanted to see if it would help. He explained to GQ that it changed everything. He said, "My nutrition, my sleep, everything changed for the better after that." Most guys stick to what they've always eaten, but MacKinnon was willing to experiment on himself. His actual meals are pretty straightforward. Breakfast is eggs, gluten-free toast, and granola. Lunch and dinner are lean protein like chicken, salmon, and steak with veggies. Clean and effective. In Denver, MacKinnon works with a private chef who designs meals based on his actual blood work, building his nutrition around what his body actually responds to. No fads, just science. His go-to cheat meal is chips and guacamole, and sometimes he hits In-N-Out after games. The ice cream definitely isn't dairy-free, so it's definitely a cheat meal. But the wildest part is this. During the 2020 pandemic, MacKinnon was alone at his place in Nova Scotia. He could have ordered takeout every night. Instead, he learned to cook his own salmon and veggies. That's the mindset. Let's go back to when MacKinnon was 15 years old. He's already at Shattuck St. Mary's, the same prep school that produced Sid Crosby and Jonathan Toews, and he's feeling pretty good about himself. He goes to meet Andy O'Brien, the trainer who also works with Crosby.
Yeah, I've been very lucky. Andy introduced me to Sidney Crosby at a very young age. He was my favorite player growing up, and I got to learn a lot from him, just his professionalism.
MacKinnon shows him video of his skating, thinking O'Brien is going to be impressed. O'Brien watched it and basically told him he was bent over too far, and they had to fix his mechanics. Then O'Brien did something that would have made most 15-year-olds quit. He made MacKinnon walk on a treadmill at a steep incline for hours, and it went on all summer long. There were no weights, no sprints, and no cool gym workouts. So it was basically just walking. MacKinnon spent the entire summer before his first season in the QMJHL, a major junior hockey league in Quebec, walking on a treadmill while his friends were probably lifting and getting huge. He admitted later he was absolutely terrified. He said he spent that summer walking on the treadmill, didn't lift a weight all summer, and thought he was gonna get crushed. But O'Brien had a plan. He was building MacKinnon's foundation, teaching him proper ankle flexion, shin angle, and body position. These are things you simply can't fix once you're already in the NHL and don't have time to rebuild. You know what? MacKinnon trusted him anyway, and that trust paid off in a way nobody could have predicted. Every summer, Andy O'Brien runs this elite training camp in Vail, Colorado. It's invite only, and the guest list is basically a who's who of the NHL. We're talking Sidney Crosby, John Tavares, Taylor Hall, Jeff Skinner, Jason Spezza, and Brad Marchand. These are millionaire athletes at the peak of their powers, but MacKinnon still finds a way to make them look ordinary. And they do this hill running drill. It's a steep incline that's basically pure anaerobic hell. Your legs fill with lactic acid as you do it over and over. MacKinnon ran his first rep in 14.9 seconds. The second best time was 15.9. Everyone else was in the 17-second range. Now, here's where it gets crazy. On rep 5 and rep 6, everyone else dropped off. They were slowing down by a second or more, which is exactly what happens when explosive athletes do max efforts. MacKinnon ran 14.9 again and again, rep after rep, without fading. On his last rep, he ran 15 flat. O'Brien literally said, "That just shouldn't work out that way. If your muscle composition is built for power, you should fatigue more rapidly. And if it's built for endurance, you shouldn't be able to explode." MacKinnon somehow has both types of muscle composition. O'Brien called him an exception among the exceptions. This is a guy who trains Crosby, Brad Marchand, and Taylor Hall. And he's saying MacKinnon is different from all of them. O'Brien also pointed out that MacKinnon has a significantly longer than average thigh bone, which gives him elite stride length. But plenty of long-limbed athletes don't have his turnover or power. MacKinnon has all of it, which is exactly why he built a gym before he bought a couch. MacKinnon built a summer home on Grand Lake in Nova Scotia. It's a beautiful place with a pool, a dock, and sea-doos, everything you'd expect from a star athlete's vacation spot. But when you walk inside, the living room is basically empty and barely any furniture or decorations. The only fully furnished room in the entire house is the 900 square foot gym in the coach house. O'Brien had helped design it. It has Kaiser equipment, Rogue plates, dumbbells, and bikes. Everything is state-of-the-art, and MacKinnon called the gym his favorite part of the house for good reason. And his workouts there are short, only 75 minutes, but they're brutal. There are no traditional squats or bench press, because O'Brien doesn't believe in that for hockey players. It's all movement-based work, single leg stuff, and trunk rotation, exercises that actually translate to the ice. O'Brien gives him about 20 new exercises every summer, so MacKinnon is constantly adapting. He admitted it would be easy to just repeat what worked last year, but they always try to fix something new. The finisher is a stationary bike at maximum resistance, where MacKinnon does 30-second bursts standing up in the pedals with his hands against the wall for max anaerobic output. After the last interval, he staggers off, but 2 minutes later, he's completely recovered. That recovery ability is part of why he can play 22+ minutes a night, game after game, season after season. The guy's built different, and that difference changed the whole Avalanche organization. MacKinnon's training story isn't complete without his neighbor. Sidney Crosby lives on the same lake in Nova Scotia. They skate together, run hills together, and train together every single summer.
Who would you rather be stranded on a desert island with, Sidney Crosby or Nathan MacKinnon?
I love them both hometown boys, but Nate's a little young for me, so I guess I'll go with Sidney.
MacKinnon called Crosby the best all-around athlete in the NHL, and probably the most competitive guy in the league. But here's the key difference. When MacKinnon first started training with NHL guys, he was intimidated and just tried to fit in. Now he's the one setting the standard, and his work ethic has rubbed off on the entire Avalanche organization. Teammates have called his commitment contagious, and the team reportedly adjusted their travel schedule to fit his post-game recovery routine. O'Brien also focuses on trunk rotation since hockey is asymmetrical, and MacKinnon's shot comes off his inside leg, so they build exercises around that specific movement. He went from an injury-prone player to one of the most durable guys in the league, and that doesn't happen by accident. After his rookie season, MacKinnon put on 12 to 13 pounds of muscle in one summer training with Crosby. The real breakout came after he went gluten-free in 2017. He went from a 50-point player to a 100-point player.
And the Ted Lindsay Award goes to Nathan MacKinnon.
And he won 5 NHL awards and trophies, including the Stanley Cup. MacKinnon used to show up at Vail just trying to keep up with Crosby. Now the other guys are trying to keep up with him. MacKinnon gave himself completely to the game. Every calorie, every workout, and every recovery session was locked in. The game gave it all back with MVP awards, a Stanley Cup, and a body that breaks every rule. If you want to see how Macklin Celebrini trains, check out this video next. Subscribe for more untold hockey stories.